Hey everyone, James Hurst with the Marketing Show. I've got a special guest with me today, Andrew Ansley, the founder of AI Marketeers. This guy is an incredible genius with AI, and he's gone a lot deeper than I have. And so I'm super excited to have you on the show today. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So I first met Andrew through the Seven Figure Agency. Shout out to Josh Nelson. I went to your sessions on creating the ideal client profile, the ICP, and I've been following you ever since then. And half the stuff that you share on Facebook is over my head. So I'm sure everyone here will learn something new. And so, yeah, maybe just spend a little bit about just kind of your background experience. And then I will tell people that you like convinced me I was like ChatGPT first, which I think
hmm
maybe a lot of I'm like a consumer, consumers versus like, I don't know what you call it, but just total
When,
geeks.
when
So
when an LLM becomes part of your business versus your consumer.
yeah. So I think some people might use it as a glorified Google search, and you're doing much more crazier things, and that's why I wanted to bring you on. So take the floor here and just give a quick background, what lights you up, and then maybe try to convince us of all these reasons that you loved Claude or Claude Code. And yeah, so tell
Yeah,
us.
sure. So I'll say this, the whole reason why I love AI, first, I found out about AI because of comic books with Iron Man. And when I found out AI was a concept even, I just thought, man, that's going to be cool one day. And then the day I found out GPT-3 was announced and I saw the scores, I looked at my wife and I said, I'm switching careers. It's starting
No
tomorrow.
way.
I had a conversation. I go, I'm sorry, I have to. This is what I want. So November of
Dude,
2022, I've been using it 8 hours plus a day ever since, trying to just get ahead.
I- you know what? Like, I feel like we're probably relatively early, right? You're definitely early adopter. I mean, relatively speaking, right?
Yeah.
So it's remarkable. Okay, so tell me more.
Yeah, so I'd say the thing that really, if you want to get into this, because people ask me, where do I start? I want to learn how to vibe code. I want to learn how to prompt. I want to learn something. I want to get into
Yeah.
AI. I would actually say that I know this is going to be boring. I'm not going to be able to unpack all of this. So, philosophy, huge. Understanding philosophical paradigms,
Yeah.
understanding the major figures and their concepts and how they went about thinking and teaching, all the way back to ancient Greece. Huge, because if you understand this, you can really prompt anything. So, that's a big one. Educational theory, understand how humans think, how we learn. There's a reason why if you look at the roster of the AI scientists or the AI staff, you have psychologists and neurologists, biologists. You have positions that at first glance you'd be like, why are they in an AI company? It's because AI is
Mm.
modeled after the brain and humans.
Mm.
So if you understand how humans teach and learn and communicate, boom, you're ahead. So I happen to be lucky all my education was just for that. They were trying to
Yeah.
teach a thinker that read all the classics, tried to avoid anything second. Was it primary sources only? Yeah. Anyway, my house is filled with 200, 300-year-old books. I hauled them
Okay.
across the country. So that kind of whole thing, that's what gives me my edge. So when people say, how long will it take me to get there? I don't know how long it would take just because I started ahead a little bit, but I do know that prompting. Start with prompting, guys. The other thing that's
So
helpful is patents. If you read the patents of this stuff and feed it to AI, engage with it, and find creative
yeah.
ways to unpack really technical stuff in a way that oh, I understand that. Not because you care about the patent necessarily, but more as an exercise. You need to give yourself homework, if you will, of where you're going to learn and you're going to improve at prompting at the same time. And that's what I've been doing.
Wow. So Marcus Aurelius, the Meditations, that's like the oldest, like one of the oldest ones that are kind of in that same vein. But
hmm
okay, so let's just say my average audience would be digital marketers, right? High level agency owners. I was just going to ask, you seem like you're pretty good at software development or coding. Where did you pick that up?
I've been working on prompting myself and creating uh, my whole thing that I've really tried to be the best at is learning. I want to be the best learner out there. So I've just been
Hmm.
developing systems to learn faster than anyone. So I tell people it
Hmm.
feels like I've learned more now in 2 months than in 2 years. AI is just, it's so
Yeah.
fast. And it's the same thing of like making agents, and then you can now be a software developer too. It's so
Yeah.
crazy. Your ability to learn quickly with AI is the same ability to create agents, which means it's the same ability to create software. So if
Yeah.
you like to learn, get into this, start doing it. It's really kind of fascinating. The people that will thrive are just hungry to learn.
So for a lot of people that are ChatGPT first, how would you convince us to like why are you so big on are you still big on Claude and what is it
Yeah.
Claude Code? I'm
Yeah,
curious.
yeah.
And not
The
to say that we don't because I'm using both now, not to say that this
same,
one's better than the other, but just to
same.
open our eyes, say, hey, there's other things out there
Hmm.
and they have strengths. So I'd love to hear you
Yeah.
besides your love for Claude.
Claude as an all-around model is just better at writing and it's better at code.
Hmm.
It's just, and it has been. If you listen to the CEO interviews with Claude, I it's fascinating, but they specifically designed their model in a way to skew towards excellence in code in a way
I
that
see.
others didn't. This is what's interesting. If you ever said F you or like all caps, freaking do this thing and stop being such an idiot, listen to me, AI. If you've ever done that, with certain AI systems, the majority of them, that actually works. But because of Claude and how it was designed, it doesn't work. So that's
Huh.
what's super interesting. I can't, in this conversation, get into the science behind it. Just know the science behind it is the reason, one of the reasons why I like Claude is it rewards good prompting better. I feel like I have a lot of control. I will say GPT-5 thinking mode. People are hating on ChatGPT, but thinking mode has really impressed me. So now I'm doing a
Okay.
lot of work with thinking mode. But if I'm working with a client, I'm in Claude for the most part, just because they're projects. So you have projects. I can do a quick screen share and just show you. I'll do like
Sure.
a 1 minute thing. So with here's my setup is we have projects. And projects are going to be like your home for everything. And what's super nice is I'm going to one time load my ICP buyer persona. I have a jobs to be done framework for understanding my consumer. And then I've got all the case studies and reviews, and then industry stats. These are the four things. Keep the capacity under 5%. The more cognitive load, the worse it gets, and you really don't need much. So that now roots it where it no longer is going to make up information about me or about my niche. Next is this little thing here. Now I can use styles and I can create my own custom styles. So if I want to do a VSL, if I want to just sound like me and do a social post, a lead magnet, thought leadership, contrarian post, prospect messaging conversations. If I'm having a talk with somebody and I don't feel like actually thinking, I just paste their
Yeah.
combo and I edit it from here. It's still me. I trained it.
Yeah.
I'd rather do the hard work up front and then have it reduce.
Yeah.
The fact that now in a project, I can have all of these tools where it feels like a whole SaaS of wow, your emails, and it's exactly what you need.
Yeah.
So that's huge. Then
So, so can
you have
I?
custom tools you can add here.
Okay.
So I can I can embed data on the web and then query it. I can create my own search engine on my computer. So that's Chroma. Firecrawl. I can scrape, give me a query. I can say like I can do plumbers or something. Give me like a one Google search query.
Who was the last president of the United States?
Now, obviously, this would be better if we just use Claude, but I'm just showing you how easy it is to do this. So it's going to go and fetch these URLs. It's fetching Google,
Can I
and then
ask,
now I've got all these results.
what about the difference between custom GPTs and Claude projects?
They can operate very similarly, but custom GPTs are more guided. So a GPT has around 6,000 to 8,000 character limits. I think it's 8,000. And that's your instruction box. And the instructions are meant to guide every interaction sequentially. And typically, if you have proprietary stuff, it also prompt injection stuff too, so that people can't get your data. With a project, so I'll use like SOP adherence and I'll use a GPT, right? But if I'm doing like consistent work in something, well, I don't want a GPT, I want a project. Because in here, it has a different technology and it's not taking shortcuts. It's fitting literally the way that the files work is every single prompt shoves all the files into that prompt every single time. ChatGPT does not. That's not how the technology works. It's finding tiny chunks that are relevant each time, but it's
Hmm.
in order to save money. When you're working where you want to hire a VA and have consistent without having to look over their shoulder all the time, and you want the VA to have consistent results, well, a system like this, okay, I'm going to do maybe a 7-day email sequence and then I'm done. I'm out. I'm not going to carry that conversation. That's a difference of ChatGPT versus Claude. You're not carrying
Hmm.
on long combos because it holds so much. When you have all that context, it runs out rather quickly, but it's surgical. You get in, you get out, and then you're done. Great. So that's the biggest thing. And then the projects too, like I said, I can arm my projects with tools. So I could crawl, let's say it's SEO. I could literally right now, I could scrape all 10 of these results, fetch all of the content inside of this window, and then I could say, write a blog that is from my perspective, and it just would, boom, done. And if I had a specific style, like thought leadership in here, I could
Yeah.
put my style on, and now it has all that information, and great. So
Wait, so use style is at the bottom. Is that at the top and the bottom? Very
sometimes
top,
it
you had
changes where it's at, but yes, it's always this button, and you'll always
yeah.
do this. And the way that it looks, just so you can see, like, this is not crazy, is let's do 21-day email sequence, and I'll edit the style manually. So a declaration of this style contains info needed to understand how to write the specific task that the user is asking about. All the user needs to do is provide the subject. The below style contains 21 different types of emails. The user may request a specific day or a week or the entire email sequence. You will write after reading the context of all the files. You are not copying everything about these emails because what the user sells and who the user sells to are different. Style, made by a guy that sells digital products, so you can textualize it for my ICP. JK Molina, here's an overview, launch sequence structure, and then I just have, hey, week 1, here are all the days, week 2, here are all the days, week 3, here are all the days. And then I can have, after I kind of give it the high level, I just give it some descriptions of here are the types, here are the characteristics of those types of emails, because we just said that there's philosophy emails. So these are the kinds of things you need to know. And then here's some patterns to recognize in those emails. Great. And you could do a real example too. This represents literally the maximum of what you could put in a style. It's all right, give it a pattern or a template, give it an example, set up the thing so it contextualizes, tell it how to use it, and that's kind of it. Is you're just doing that and it'll do it really well. So that's all you need to do to create your styles. Describe your
Hmm.
style and then use custom instructions if you want to control it. Otherwise, Claude's gonna like warp it.
Mm.
So that's it.
All the knowledge of what you had to put in there was obviously a lot
Yeah.
to know what to put in there.
If you collect, be a collector of knowledge. Anytime you see
Yeah.
something that you're particularly moved by, where you think
Yeah.
that's pretty good, follow that person, copy what they
Yeah.
do, write it down, and then ask AI to deconstruct it and then massage it and work on it. And there you go. You've now got a new sequence.
Okay, so what else do you recommend people use Claude? Is there something called Claude Code?
Yeah,
Is
Claude
that
Code is, if I had to make the, I'm now at the debate where it's like, I'm not telling people Claude versus ChatGPT. I'm like, get out of these things and get into the terminal as
hmm
much as possible. The terminal being VS Code, like right here. So let me do like new window, just so you can see an empty one. It's a
Okay.
free tool from Microsoft. And literally, the only thing I want to show with this to convince you is I know this looks crazy, but if I hit open and then I
hmm
hit desktop, I'm going to hit this right here, this little chroma test. I'm just going to hit
Okay.
open. And great, now I have this thing here. Man, what's venv and bin and all these
Yeah.
files? It's so confusing. And what is a terminal? It looks crazy.
Right.
The thing that people don't understand is that it's literally just opening up this folder.
Right.
That's it. Everything you just saw in there was just, it has access
Just
to
a
every
different
file
view.
type, but that's it.
It's a different view of your
That
file system.
that's it. Yeah. And then
But
you can initiate Claude in here by just it's one install, and then I type the word Claude and I'm off to the races. Now I'm typing the Claude instead of the terminal.
and what do I get by doing it there in this crazy looking way?
It has access to everything. It accesses my computer, every file. It can screenshot literally anything in your Mac, like all those shortcuts and stuff has access. Anything.
Hmm.
I can create my own agents by just doing like, all right, I want to create an agent that does content evaluation or SEO or conversion optimization, UI, UX. And I could basically just say, all right, here's my code base. Claude, I have multiple agents that I've made. Deploy all of them at the same time, and they're all going to read from different perspectives and output their thoughts. That's it. Now you just deployed an army of agents. That simple. And now you're analyzing an entire website and it will analyze it all. It can also run any tool. So Python, you can scrape stuff, you can make scripts, all those problems you have where AI runs out of like, it feels like it's just running out of memory and hallucinating or something, that goes away too. It's just everything. This is the best. It's like the Swiss Army knife. You can do anything you
Yeah.
want.
S- Okay. And if someone is watching this and they're like a little bit overwhelmed,
It is overwhelming.
what would you say? Like, do you have, where do you recommend someone get started
I
on
would
code?
say
Deep coding
here's,
at velocity. That's a nice play on words.
yeah.
Terminal.
So let's show you this thing here. I think this one's fun. So once you install this, and if you're to get this up, you could look up all sorts of stuff. You can do output style, and then it's like a shortcode they have, right? And then I could hit enter here. And then now explanatory will literally explain its implementation choices. So it'll actually tell you exactly why it's doing something. Or
Hmm.
maybe you'd rather it explain things or output in an entire HTML interactive things. So now every time you ask a question, it's going to create a full guide for you where like it's this interactive thing. So I have one where I could show you it could make this without using Claude. It could just make this. So now if I'm asking about, hey, what are the prompting techniques, create a whole guide out of it or something, it's much easier for me to like read here. Or how do I set
Hmm.
up VS Code? Make it an interactive thing, and like my
Hmm.
output style is now this. So that's a big thing to learn. But if you're trying to get
Hmm.
started, Claude Code, Google it. You'll end up here. All you need to do is install this thing here and paste this into your terminal, which just means
Okay.
terminal is literally just right here. You just
And
paste
you're
it.
on a Mac too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I know it's a lot. For
Yeah.
people who are interested, that's the biggest takeaway. We're going to be heading to a place where there's going to be a technical marketer, a technical salesperson. Now that natural language is here for interacting in the digital space as the universal translator of anything, everyone's going to become more technical.
Yeah.
It's all it's going to take is one generation. My kid is 2. She's going to definitely, this will be normal. She's going to just know how to operate these things because why not? All you have to do is
Yeah.
speak English or whatever language you speak.
So I feel like that there's going to be a lot of disruption. I've tried to, I don't know how much you've thought through this, but like if I can create a website in seconds and then everyone else can too,
Mhm.
then does that mean the cost of websites is going to go down? And then as far as economic disruption, have you thought through like what might happen? And the thing that I'm thinking is you need to upskill in this domain in
Mhm.
being a genius with AI stuff is probably your best hedge against the uncertainty of the future, right?
Yeah,
I mean, does
I
that,
agree. Like in that it's a hedge. That's a huge
yeah,
thing for sure. But it also just
yeah,
feels like you're a magician, like or a wizard.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. And then I'd say websites are going to change. The model for everything is going to change because professional services as an entire model is, I have no idea what that's going to look like. I am of the opinion that it's going to become far more like, hey, you pay for my, I've created AI agents to operate an SOP, and now we have an understanding that since I'm not doing this, but it's agents and it's far cheaper, it's almost like a SaaS, like a subscription to a service, but not software. It's just a service subscription because you have AI operating it. I don't know what that's going to look like. I just know that things are going to change. Who knows how long it
Yeah.
takes to fully, who knows how valuable a website even is? Landing pages, sure, for
I
like ad
with
funnels,
the
but I don't know.
with the philosophy degree, it's like, well, what things do we know will never change? We got to have put food on the table somehow. And
Yep.
but anyways, are you ready for your how? Let me check your. I know you had your potential top of the hour thing hard stop. Have you checked in on that?
Yeah, so he has not gotten back to me, so I'm gonna have to hop off. But I
Okay.
can do another one where we and maybe even stitch it together or something. But
Okay.
I can definitely do a little build where we go over something. Otherwise, we
Yeah.
have 4 minutes.
Okay. Well, let's just talk about how to get in touch with you. Maybe we'll make this episode one, and then we'll do a follow up episode for people who want to tune into that. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, so the follow-up is gonna be like we're building
A bit.
something
We'll build something.
just rapidly to hopefully it inspires people to go and learn a little
Yeah.
bit about the terminal because it's scary, but it's 2 hours of your life and then you're over it.
Will you share your screen then and tell them? I know you have a couple websites. GetAIstrategy.com is one of them, right?
Yep.
And then,
I coded this with AI, by the way.
okay,
So that's another thing. You can make these sorts of from scratch, like you can do whatever. Just gotta
where
describe it
where are the files hosted though?
on my computer.
Oh, really?
So I edit it on my computer and then I push it to forsell.com as the host.
And then you have a school group, which is quite affordable, I would say, right now,
Yeah.
before you raise the price. But tell me about that.
Yeah, masterclass marketing. So this one is about kind of getting your Claude stuff set up. I do weekly free consultations. I help people answer their questions and comes there's a lot of people that have left glowing reviews and I'm happy to share those if you need it. But this is for people who really want to start taking AI seriously. I'd say that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
And if you're doing agency work or working with clients, you're a freelancer, I'd say this is really helpful. And if you want to get leads organically through social media, I'd say this is also going to be helpful. My classroom looks like this, where I've got the foundation, GHL setup, social media profile optimization, how to basically create buyer persona stuff, and then turn it all into AI knowledge, and then social media posting templates. We've
Mm,
got email prompt templates, all sorts of stuff, marketing guides. I've got some older stuff because now I've actually narrowed it down, but I do have stuff where it's like we have some stuff for SEO, topic maps, full AI workflow, PPC stuff, and then yeah, I share some of my prompts in here too. How to create landing pages with AI.
love it. Yeah, I think AI generated websites is coming fast. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. Too bad we chit chatted for like half the episode time, but I love visiting with you and getting to know you a little bit better. So, yeah, guys, check it out school.com. That's school.com/masterclass
Dash
dash
marketing.
marketing. It's the AI marketeers. Is that kind of the idea?
Yep, AI
Marketeers.
marketeers.
And then getaistrategy.com. We'll have links to that in the show notes here. And yeah, if you guys want us to do a second episode, then give them a follow, leave some comments down below, and we'll try to make episode 2 happen and maybe many more after that. So, all right, man, thanks so much for your time and thank you for everything you've taught me.
Of course.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, take care.
You too.
Bye.